Okay, welcome to this divination. Let's just ground ourselves, breathing in deeply, exhaling slowly. So, sort of the theme of this divination is anger. What I'd first heard was, you're not angry enough. And then as I sat with it, I heard, you're not using your anger in the right way. And okay, so you're not angry enough. Let's start there. This is not going to apply for all of you, so please only just take what resonates. If you want a personal reading and you want to go deeper into this, then you're more than welcome to book a session. So you're not angry enough. At first, you breathe in, then there's a slight pause or there's a long hold of the breath, and there's an exhale, and then sometimes a pause. And that is dependent on how your system, your communication system is speaking to you and how you, as an electromagnetic being, are in this push and pull. Now, the push and pull naturally happens because the greater force is asking you that there is more love. There is more love pouring in. And your conditioning would say, I can only receive love if, right? So there's certain beliefs that you have. Now, when you first came onto this earth, you didn't have any program. You just knew, you cried, you got what you wanted, you threw a tantrum, or whatever you did, you got attention. And then something changed. You started learning how to speak. They started telling you words. These words mean specific things. When you see these things, this is what it means. When you see these people, these are the people. These are the people related to you or connected to you in whatever form of community it is in. And they had their particular program, and their program, due to for whatever reason, was also limited to a certain extent. And then it became this group limitation, which then created family, a certain constellation. And then those thoughts and ideologies then became patterned. So if we don't know that there's any other path other than the path that was created due to the way in which people dealt with their trauma, then it can be challenging a path to be able to create your own thing, that own vision that you were here to create. So you breathe in, unconditional love calls in for more, because you are calling in for more, because at a certain place you are going to be exactly where you are supposed to be. And you're now remembering that, hey, we are here, we are supposed to ask for more. So source comes in, you breathe in, then your belief system say, no, I can't, for whatever reason, stop, I'm not ready, or I don't believe this is for me. What is this love that's coming in? Because remember, most of you who, if you're here, that means you were conditioned to believe you have to work hard in order to receive attention and love and affection. So then you hold the breath, because it's that moment between you and your higher self saying, I'm not ready, or I'm rejecting this because I'm not ready. And then you exhale. And as you exhale, you either escaping this unconditional love, or you are embodying this unconditional love. And between escape and intention to embody rests what I just said, intention. So if you aren't going to set your own particular intention, then, and redirect your own energy, then you fall victim to the intention that was set upon your life, which was this family constellation, right? And here's your true self, young self, fighting for justice, humanity, for kindness, for love, wanting to give love without condition. And yet you are receiving the opposite of who you are. And then eventually, because of physical strength, emotional strength, mental strength that they had above you as a child, you would have tried so much, and certain abuse would have also happened to you that would have broken down your urge to resist. And then you try share your truth of what you've seen, any wrongdoing or whatever's the case, and then you get invalidated, you get shut down. And that shutdown comes in so many ways, through whatever form of abuse, through invalidation. Eventually, if you weren't allowed to express your sadness, this sadness which makes you feel low, then gets suppressed into anger. Because now there's injustice that comes to play. Why am I not allowed? I know I'm supposed to ask for more, but why am I made to feel either embarrassed, guilt, or shame and judgment around wanting more? Then you understand why the government is here, why politics is here, why religion is here. It's to govern every part of your mind and your attention onto chaos, and to serve the God that rules chaos. Now, your anger, if you don't realize that emotion that has transformed from sadness into anger, then you could misuse it. And the misuse could be because there are natural patterns that run within your bloodline. On top of that is the habits that were in the home. So according to how they determined those patterns running through them and their interpretation of them, i.e. siblings, certain family members, your parents, etc., then it would have engraved a certain belief. Now, when I said you're not angry enough, sometimes we can get so comfortable with taking the anger and using it to harm versus transform. So when you are angry enough, it's that fuel to get you out of that discomfort. Because right now, some of you are probably sitting in deep discomfort and you know you need change. There's something that requires change. And it's almost like you're just not angry enough. There's a certain part of you that's comfortable because a certain aspect of you needs that love and attention. And maybe that's something for you to understand. Why am I where I am? I know I don't want to be, but I'm not angry enough to leave. Ask yourself that. And then for some of you, with however your trauma was experienced through your bloodline and then crystallized through the habit forms, through the people who are older than you in the home and community, immediate community, if your anger, if you saw anger as a form of abuse because it was energy that was overwhelming, that overpowered you, that became this entity that overtook your body, then you need to learn how to repurpose it by shadow work and understanding, what is this energy? What has it come to show me? So there is information first in your breath. There's information in how you breathe in, how you hold the breath, how you exhale. That is communication right there. Then how often you are conscious of your breath or unconscious of your breath. Then how you allow yourself to speak up versus not speak up due to any invalidation which caused doubt. Then when you get validated enough to the point where you can see they don't see what you see, that turns into anger. And it's like there's something that there's something that they don't see that you see, and they're not going to speak up on your behalf. Instead, they will continue that form of abuse that you might be experiencing, this energy siphoning. And there's something there for you to dive a little bit deeper into, a certain part of your freedom, because then once you understand that, you'll understand that that is not you. It was part of your program. And up until you realize that and learn the tools of how to alchemize this energy so that it fuels you in the right direction of clarity, then you can understand how to use the fuel. Then you can understand how to use anger to your advantage. If you'd like to go deeper into this reading, if you'd like to contribute to this channel in any way or form, there is information down below. And if you get inspired through any other option, information to contact me is down below. In the meantime, observe what makes you angry, because right now some of you are self-punishing yourself for feeling your feelings, and you invalidating yourself, even if those people who invalidated you are no longer around, whether physically or just emotionally or a combination. In the meantime, take care of yourself, love upon yourself, start learning to like the parts of you that you don't necessarily like and enjoy, and start to really get to enjoy your own company.